Hello and welcome again to A Spot of Positivity. Today is the day you've all been looking forward to. It's Fabulous Food Friday and I have my little frying pan, the pink frying pan, heating up right now for a little special zucchini courgette omelette, whatever you call it. Today I'm making a little special breakfast for my husband as it happens, and I thought you might like to see a little, it's not a special breakfast, it's just kind of fun. He doesn't like to have too much bread, so this is a way of making eggs more than just eggs, but making them a kind of filling breakfast without adding too many carbs. You always have the option of having something carb with it, like bread or pita or whatever you have on hand. Now, I've got some garlic, I've got a courgette, got a tomato, got a bunch of fragrant coriander / cilantro, depending on where you come from. I love these things, by the way. Don't you love watching cooking shows when they go into the market and they just pluck a bit of herb in their hand and go, and then they kind of shake their head as if that one doesn't smell as good as that one, and then I would love to do that. Anyway, I will say, we are very lucky to live in this place where you can get a bunch of herbs for very, very cheap. So I thought, just to make it a little treat, I'll add a bit of coriander in the thing today. And I don't have any onions. Sometimes I use onions for this. Today I have garlic, and these are little tiny cloves. So it probably equals about a clove of garlic. Okay, so I'm just gonna, first of all, glug a bit of olive oil into my frying pan. It's maybe a bit much. This is not, I'm not claiming this to be low fat. You could have added less than that and it would have been just fine. Okay, I will say, I'm just gonna put the courgette in first. This is a nice, fresh, baby courgette. Oh, listen to the roadworks behind us, or whatever that is. Always something going on here.
Scooter man.
Scooter man. Okay, I'm gonna cut them in little bits like this. You can grate them as well, but recently I've taken to cutting them in smaller bits like that because, oh, they taste so good and fresh. Okay. Doesn't need to be particularly, I don't know. Doesn't need to be particularly particular. This is a bit warm. I'm just going to turn that wee bit down. Click. Come on. One of these things you have to make clicky sounds. I prefer a gas hob, but I do not have one right now. So we'll just enjoy this very nice electric one. I'll put this on here. Listen to the sizzle that happens. So these courgettes, I tell you, they taste so good like that. I'm going to pop these little bits of garlic. I didn't want to put them in first because they do kind of tend to burn. Stir it around with my non-stick flipper. Listen to that happy sizzle. Woohoo! In it goes. A nice little garlic. Not very much. It gives it a little bit of yummy, yummy flavor. Now, when I was a kid, a variation on this recipe was one of the first things, I don't know, not first things, one of the first little meals I tried, and it was called zucchini omelette, and you put it in the oven, which I could do right now, but I don't fancy heating up the whole house to do that. I'm going to put a bit of tomato in here, and you know what, I just use whatever vegetables I have lying around. My husband has decided that carrots do not taste like breakfast. So, no carrots will be harmed in the making of this scrambled eggy omelette thing. So with that, the skin of this tomato is a little bit loose because it's quite ripe. I do not practice the removal of the seeds from the tomato because I find this fiddly and unnecessary. There we go. Now that's been in there for about a minute and it's starting to brown. Some of them are starting to brown nicely. Take a look at some of these little courgette pieces getting a little bit brown. Yummy, yummy. And I think with that bit of garlic in them, I'm going to add salt and pepper to the egg mixture, so I'm not putting that in at this point. So it's medium-high heat. Got a few little spare courgettes to add in there. You see how that's quite a bit of vegetable matter in there. So what it means is that you really are getting more stuff to eat without stuffing yourself with carbs. But I'm not claiming to be doing anything special for any special diet. No. Time to get cracking with the eggs. I did put butter out here, but I decided to use olive oil. You could have used butter. I'm using my Ninja blender for a fluffier result. Sometimes what I like to do is I just put the eggs in a jam jar. Okay, you can just mix them up with a fork or whatever, but it's nice to shake them up. Put some salt in there and freshly ground pepper. Now this is my dream. What a lovely breakfast. Okay, put the lid on. Give this a little stir in between. Sizzling nicely. And you know that the courgettes don't take much time to cook at all. They cook in very little time. Grating works too, but actually you don't need to grate, and you don't need to get your grater dirty, which is more important. Okay, I'm going to make a little buzzing noise here. Actually, I'm going to even this all out on the pan. See how it's going? Okay. To make this prettier, I'm going to put this all on a plate right now. You don't have to do this. You can mix the egg right in. Today I decided not to. I'm going to put a little butter in after all. Perhaps a little guilty pleasure, because I'm going to do the eggs separately. But there was a little residue of oil in the pan. I just was concerned because of the sugar in the vegetables that the egg would stick to the pan, and I didn't fancy that. Get that butter melted up. Have it sizzling a little bit. Listen to that happy sizzle. Listen to the sizzle. And then pour the lovely foamy eggs into the pan. Now, it's very quiet. Everyone's watching carefully. I'm going to actually pull it up, put it up a notch or two here. And let that sit for a minute. What seems to happen is that there's a little more egg in there. Waste not, want not, is what I say. I actually never say that. Okay. I will get to work, meanwhile, chopping my coriander. This is just going to go on at the last, oh my goodness. Need to watch more YouTube videos on knife skills. But I do know that I want a bit more coriander. This has all been washed, by the way. I do know that keeping your hand on top of the knife, it means that there's no fingers underneath to chop, which is always a helpful thing. Let's see how this is setting. You can just roll it around a little bit and see. I can see that the egg is indeed setting on the bottom. Not quite there yet though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the vegetables on top of that. I could actually put them under a plate to keep them warm right now. I think they'll be fine though. So this came about because we like eggs for breakfast, and finding when you actually count calories of stuff that bread takes up more calories than you're willing to use up sometimes. And so there was a request to fill out the breakfast without the bread. So when I'm a little lazy, I just do bread. When we want to have something healthy and tasty, we use the vegetables. Let's see how this is coming along. Oh, look at that, getting really nice. See, it's just about set. You see that? And there is a bit of vegetable residue in there, which is quite natural. Okay, I'm going to take the vegetables and put them on half the omelette thing. Now, let it just cook a bit more. I see that actually. I have a tiny little zucchini end here. I'm going to taste. Oh yeah. You know what? It would have been fine to leave that in there. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this coriander and put it here. Now, optional is a bit of cheese. The kind of cheese that was in my recipe growing up was Parmesan cheese. And I tell you, it's a really good, it's a marriage made in heaven. But what I have today in my fridge was Edam. So I'm chopping it up in little pieces. I'm going to sprinkle it onto that, and really it was only half a slice of cheese. So just makes, as you know, for a lovely thing. Now, put this over here. It's going to be a little bit brown. Oh, but just actually quite lovely. Look at that. A beautiful color on my little omelette friend. I should give him a name, shouldn't I? We name everything if we can in our house. And I'm going to call this omelette Tony, after the recent winner of Survivor.
What if people haven't watched it?
They should have watched it by now. Okay. Now, should we do the flippy thing? Let's do the flippy thing. 1, 2, 3, flip. And there is your gorgeous omelette. Let's put that a little more in the middle of the plate. A little bit of coriander sprinkled on top. I do want a little more in the middle. No, I can't do it. There you go. A beautiful, beautiful breakfast. Let's see if we get the husband's stamp of approval.
Looks amazing.
And isn't he spoiled, hey? There you go. Very few ingredients, very, very lovely, and very, very tasty. Enjoy. Thank you for watching A Spot of Positivity with me today. Fabulous.